were we able to just, sit and watch TV and just laugh and, watch a movie with family or,
Mhm.
show up to family parties and, just go on a date and all this
Yeah.
type of stuff, regular stuff that we were doing before. So a lot of times, we would take a little moment, through our addiction and kind of reminisce about times where we weren't like the way we are.
Mhm. And you feel like you can get to those times?
I feel like I can get to those times, and I feel like that's where I want to be. And I know a lot of other people want to be like that, and
Mhm.
I know a lot of these thoughts come to us, that we want to be, the way we were, and even better than what we are. Because even though we're addicts, we still are human beings.
Mhm.
We still like, love and affection,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
still want laughter. We
Mhm.
still want some normalcy. We still want all the things that that you know a lot of people want, but sometimes we just can't get over the hurdle to get it. But we want it,
Mhm.
as much as we don't know how to get there, but we still want that.
You still want that.
Yes.
Okay. So during that time when you said you were sober for a few days and you said, it was less brain fog, and you were attending to your relationships and being more present in your responsibilities. Um, how were the other people treating you in that time? Your boss or those relationships you were attending? Did they notice? Did they make comments of, you being sober or your behavior a little different?
Well, more of the intimate relationships, like parents or, people that were, using with me, um, they would say, maybe a couple of encouraging words, but
Okay.
from my most experiences that,
How did that make you feel though when they're saying those encouraging words instead of passing?
it made me feel like a lot of times it made me feel like I didn't deserve it.
Uh,
It made me feel like I didn't deserve what they were saying, because internally and emotionally I just wasn't ready to receive it. And um, so the people that would say, "Oh, good job. You had a day here, a couple of days here. You had a week or 2 weeks." Every once in a while I would hear that, but I didn't know how to receive that because I
mhm.
was, internally, um, not really believing in myself. Because a lot of times with getting clean for me, or stop using, or abstinence is what it was. um, I still, um, I would do it for certain reasons. So it was like, did I need to not go to jail? What this
Mhm.
was my girlfriend, all over me? Was my parents?
So it wasn't authentic.
Yeah, it wasn't
You didn't feel like
authentic.
it
It
was
wasn't
authentic.
for myself. It wasn't for me.
Okay.
It was a lot of times it was for others.
Hmm.
So it really didn't last. It was for others. So it was tough for me to, um,
Accept the praise or.
accept the praise. It
Mhm.
was tough for me to accept the praise, but it was real easy for me to grasp the negativity.
The negativity and
When somebody's, oh, you're doing good. You got a couple of days. You got,
it was always the but. It was always the
in
but
my
in
mind,
your mind. It
in
was
my
always it
mind,
was always